like this, that respect should be mutual. Since we've been dealing and going through it, this guy over here decided he no longer wanted to wear his ring.
I feel like once we get to a place where this respect is restored, then we can wear the ring.
So if it was a question from Yandy about your ring, what would your answer be to her?
Our concept of wearing a ring is, people together as one. I'm trying to get there.
You're not there yet. What is the part, the together part or the one part?
The only thing that seemed to keep Yandy locked into that difficult marriage was pride. And now that Mendeecees has also let that go, with reports claiming he's married the woman Yandy allegedly never got along with, things are starting to unravel emotionally on her side. Just meanwhile, it appears Mendeecees may be gravitating back toward what many consider his real connection, Erica. After M went to prison, people thought everything would finally settle and Yandy would get a chance to breathe after holding the family together on her own.
I don't know what to say, man. I feel that we are in a dark place. It's been going on for a while now. If this is going to be, then, you gotta take this serious. If it's not, then you gotta let it go.
Do you feel you guys are ready to let go?
Yeah.
Is the commitment keeping you more than the love right now?
Absolutely, 1000%. It's supposed to be forever, but don't have to be forever.
Well, I feel like letting it go is not an option. The thought of life without you, that's not an option for me. I'm just devastated at how he feels. It seems like he's hopeless. Nothing has ever made him say or consider us being apart. I didn't think it was
She put everything into trying to repair the marriage, even bringing them into therapy in hopes of mending what was falling apart. But no matter how much effort is put in, a man set on drifting will eventually find his way out. At this point, it's becoming more and more clear that Mendeecees may have been balancing two worlds, and his recent actions have sparked even more speculation. Reports suggest he's grown closer to Erica, the same woman Yandy has never been able to accept in his life. Their shared history is long and complicated, and the tension between them goes back years. Yandy previously described Erica as crazy, claiming Mendeecees had painted her as delusional, obsessive, and irrelevant.
in Mendeecees where if he builds me up too much, he'll think like I'm too big-headed, and then I'll just be like, I don't want to be with him, or I'll leave.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think you're absolutely wrong, man. That is not actual facts.
I could get an award from one of the top Black organizations. Let me ask this simple question. But it might be like, yo, congrats on that.
I don't even talk like that. First of all,
exactly.
I never even talk like that. You humanize me. What are you talking about?
What would be better is if it was.
Yeah, I'm ready for this team to be over this. Getting done. She have grown since I've been incarcerated.
And you watched it.
Yeah, and I'm proud of her.
I think you talk yourself into feeling like I'm cool, I'm fine. But your behavior says, I'm not really cool with it all. And right now, what I feel like happens in my observation is you kind of take it out on Yandy. I'm gonna be in a car. Can we hurry up and go? As opposed to, let's figure out how we can be in this. But what can't keep moving forward, and I hope you agree, is that Yandy feel unsupported by the #1 fan that makes the difference in the world.
Yet Erica's presence never fully disappeared. From emotional outbursts to unexpected appearances, she remained in the picture in ways that raised plenty of questions about what was really going on behind the scenes. Those who have followed the story closely know Yandy has always been protective of her image as a strong, stable wife. She often projected the idea of a solid marriage, even while critics pointed out the emotional distance between her and Mendeecees. Meanwhile, others, including Samantha, Mendeecees' first baby mother, have suggested that Erica was once his most significant relationship before Yandy entered the picture, claiming they shared real history, family connections, and time together in a serious way. The narrative only gets more complicated with claims that Yandy came into Mendeecees' life during a period when stability mattered most. Some believe he leaned on her for support during legal troubles, while emotionally never fully disconnecting from his past with Erica. Even after marriage, rumors suggest there were still lingering ties that never completely disappeared. Now that Mendeecees is free and reportedly more financially and personally stable, talk in the streets has intensified. Some even claim there's been a private reconnection between him and Erica, something that would deeply shake the foundation of everything Yandy believed she built. Old conversations and past tensions have also resurfaced, including claims where Mendeecees allegedly admitted he married Yandy out of necessity rather than pure love. That revelation, whether fully accurate or not, has only added more fuel to the ongoing speculation and emotional fallout. Because Mendeecees and Erica share a child, communication between them has always remained in place, though critics argue that their connection may go beyond simple co-parenting. Erica, for her part, has continued posting memories and photos that highlight their past relationship, reinforcing the idea that their bond once ran deep. Meanwhile, Yandy continues to push back, insisting that her marriage is lifelong and defending her role in Mendeecees' life. She has also reportedly tried to set boundaries around his communication with Erica, limiting it strictly to parenting matters. On the other side, Erica maintains that her history with Mendeecees predates everything, while Yandy believes Erica is attempting to disrupt her marriage. With both women holding completely different narratives, the situation has turned into a full-blown emotional standoff. In the end, what's unfolding is a tangled mix of history, loyalty, resentment, and unresolved feelings, and it's clear that none of them are ready to let go quietly. His growing resentment toward Yandy is becoming harder to ignore, and while he seems emotionally detached already, she remains deeply invested in a relationship that may have already slipped away. From the outside, it looks like she's still holding on tightly, even as he slowly pulls further out of the marriage. People often say, you lose them the same way you got them, and many believe Yandy understood who Mendeecees was from the beginning. Over the years, warnings from his past relationships only added to the tension. This situation is a reminder of what can happen when someone tries to fix a partner who was already carrying unresolved issues long before the relationship began. Now she's left with a difficult crossroads: step away and rebuild her own peace, or continue fighting for a marriage that may no longer have both partners emotionally invested. She has already given a great deal, and the painful reality is that a relationship cannot survive if only one person is still trying. Yandy Smith has long been known for keeping her life polished and composed, no matter what was happening behind the scenes. From reality TV moments to carefully curated social media posts, she built an image of strength, loyalty, and endurance, a woman who stood by her partner through every storm. She believed that sacrifice and commitment would eventually be matched with the same level of devotion. However, when rumors surfaced suggesting that Mendeecees had allegedly married his longtime ex Erica behind her back, everything she believed about her marriage was thrown into question. What once felt stable and controlled reportedly turned into shock, confusion, and emotional breakdowns. Those who have followed their journey closely weren't entirely surprised. Over time, viewers pointed out the emotional distance between them, moments where affection seemed one-sided, and where Yandy appeared to carry most of the weight in the relationship. Even while defending her marriage publicly, critics argued that cracks had always been visible beneath the surface. Erica's presence in the story only added to the complexity. Known as Mendeecees' past love, she has long been a source of tension between them. While Yandy has often dismissed Erica as a disruptive force, Erica has consistently maintained that her bond with Mendeecees predated everything else, claiming their connection was real and deeply rooted. Over the years, it became increasingly difficult to ignore that Mendeecees never fully closed that chapter. While life circumstances pulled him away at times, the emotional thread between him and Erica never seemed completely broken. And now that he has regained stability in life, speculation has grown that he may have returned to what was once familiar. For Yandy, the news reportedly didn't arrive in a clear or respectful way. Instead, it came through rumors, indirect messages, and social media chatter that forced her to question what was real. First, she refused to believe it, holding on to the idea that her marriage and history with Mendeecees were strong enough to withstand outside noise. When she eventually confronted him, it wasn't from a place of public image or strength, but from the perspective of a woman who had invested years of loyalty, support, and sacrifice into the relationship. She demanded honesty about everything she had stood through, everything she had carried, and everything she had believed was unshakable. She believed they were a real family, and she confronted him as someone who trusted he would never disrespect her on that level. But when he didn't deny it, when he didn't push back to protect the marriage, when he couldn't even hold her gaze long enough to calm her fears, something inside Yandy broke. She cried, not for the cameras, not for appearances, but from the weight of a truth she had been avoiding for years. It was the kind of heartbreak that comes when you finally realize you've been giving your all to something that was never fully stable. In that moment, she let it all out. Years of silence, stress, and emotional exhaustion came rushing forward. She spoke about feeling alone while still being in a relationship. About thinking therapy would fix what was slowly slipping away. About the endless sacrifices she made in silence, emotionally, financially, and mentally, while trying to keep everything together. She brought up the nights she stayed up worrying, the responsibility she carried for children who weren't biologically hers but who she loved like her own, and the constant pressure of defending a relationship that always seemed to be under attack. She even revisited the public humiliation and tension that came with his past relationships, all while she continued standing firmly beside him. And then came the moment that cut the deepest, his response. Cold, brief, and detached. A line that confirmed everything she feared but never wanted to accept. She had been loving him on a level he never truly matched. While she was fully invested, emotionally and physically, he had already started pulling away long before she realized it, slowly shifting toward a past connection he never fully let go of. Erica, in turn, intensified the situation by bringing forward old memories, photos, trips, and moments from their history that painted a picture of a relationship that never fully disappeared. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was a reminder that their story didn't end cleanly. With Mendeecees and Erica sharing a child, their connection remained constant. What was once justified as co-parenting began to look more layered, more complicated, and far more emotionally entangled than anyone wanted to admit. Now, Yandy is left standing at a painful crossroads. Walk away and rebuild her peace, or continue fighting for a marriage that may already be emotionally over on one side. People around her encourage her to choose herself. Her supporters tell her she deserves clarity and respect. But emotionally, it's never that simple. 'Cause when you've built your life around someone, letting go feels like losing a part of yourself. Still, in the quiet moments away from everything, away from public image, social pressure, and noise, the truth becomes harder to ignore. She gave everything she had to someone who may never have been fully present in return. And now she's forced to sit with a difficult realization. Sometimes love doesn't fail because it wasn't strong enough, but because it was never equally shared from the start.